Today I'm presenting to you my best and worst purchases of the year. This is my year in review, and honestly, I was watching my last year's version of this, and I was actually thrilled because I do feel like we've come a long way. We've made a lot of steps and progress in our shopping life and honing in on our personal style and kind of taking a little backseat to the luxe ultra designer shopping, and we've been making some changes around here. We've been selling some bags. We've been saunaing over here, which filmed that video last year, and I was like, these bags could be a sauna. They are sitting here and collecting dust in my closet, and I did in fact sell both of my Chanel bags this last year. Here's your first thing. I sold my glorious, beautiful Chanel bags that were sitting and collecting dust that I was too scared to wear out of the house. Instead, I bought a sauna. So that's my biggest, happiest purchase. I had a little sauna fund box that we were adding to all year long, and it felt like a great shift for me personally as well, and I hope that it will also have an impact on myself and my friends and family and everyone who can come over and use it. And we have little wellness days, and it just feels so magical to have been able to do that. So there's my first big purchase of the year, which also was a result of selling some previous bags. So we took my regrets from previous years and turned them into something beautiful. But truly, I want to go through the list. I have some really magical finds and some things that I picked up this year. And I also have some big regrets, which if you just watched my closet clear out video, then you'll know you'll be seeing a lot of these things over again. But try as we might, we unfortunately still do have some regrets. So let's start. I'm actually going to start with my best and favorite thing, because since we were talking about bags, I figured I'd start with my favorite bag purchase from the year. And I actually also think it was my only bag purchase this year, which is magical. But not only did I get this gorgeous, gorgeous creature on sale, I got it in the spring sale at Tory Burch, but it's also just one of the most magical things I've ever laid my eyes on. When I first showed it to Dan, he was like, "Are you insane?" It looks like a plucked bird. And you know what? It might not be to everyone's taste, but the amount of times that I have worn this and the amount of joy that it brings me, also knowing that I got it on sale, also knowing that they have so many different variations of this bag, it is so good. It's like the perfect dressed up occasion, kind of like fun event bag. And the colors are magical. I love that it's this like gorgeous champagne satin. We've got the gold details on the chains. We've got shorter chains or the longer chain, depending on how you want to wear it. And it fits so much. It's kind of like a little Mary Poppins sack. There's so much room for your crap in here. And I just love her so much. She's so perfect. And I've really been trying to avoid like these spur of the moment random purchases. Every once in a while, you find yourself just really besotted with something. And that's what happened with this bag. I was going to the Juno Awards in the spring of this year, and I had gone to Tory Burch because they were having a big sale, and I was trying to find a last minute outfit. I ended up finding this bag. So I would say that it was worthwhile. She has been so loved and just one of those really unique treasures that I'm thrilled to have added into my closet. So that was my big special bag purchase from the year, and we just love her. And I actually also wanted to mention this bad boy right here, which I picked up over the summer, and it's a Lacoste tote. Oh, it is absolutely foul and filthy in there. I actually, this is the conundrum. How do I wash such a thing on the inside? But I bought this big, bright, beautiful yellow tote bag and wore it all summer long. It came with me on all of my travels. It obviously fits everything in here. It's the perfect travel bag because it also has a zipper. So it makes me feel a little bit more safe about lugging all my things around, especially when you're city hopping and frolicking. But just these tote bags are so great. And it's kind of made me realize that this is more the way that I would like to go in my life, especially when I'm traveling and packing. I can just pack it nice and flat. And I've kind of been looking at Longchamp. I actually went into the store when we were in New York and was looking at all of them. I'm like, you know what? This is brilliant. Just these foldable, practical, packable, lovely everyday tote bags in so many fun colors. That's like the best way to add a pop of color to an otherwise very neutral wardrobe. And yeah, just got so much love out of this one from Lacoste. I feel like it's just going to be my go-to little summer bag, and I'd kind of love to find one for my winter version. Might be considering picking up another one before the year is done. But yeah, those are my two main bags, most delightful, loved purchases from the year. Now I want to jump over to shoes real quick because, again, I did a big blab about all of this in my closet clear out, and I plan on adding all of these to a to-sell list at some point this month or in the new year. But I honestly did have a little crisis when it came to the shoes this year because I've added a few beautiful pieces into my closet, no doubt, but I definitely had a lot of those kind of last-minute panic moments when it came to special occasions. I had a lot of weddings this year, a lot of events with dress codes, and I just feel like my shoes is the main area where I struggle with, because the shoes and the accessories can kind of make or break an outfit, and I feel like I just don't have my perfect shoes nailed down yet. Like, I love a good kitten heel, but for these more dressed up events, I'm like, I just have to sacrifice and wear a higher heel, and I just don't have the pieces that I need and want in my closet. So I still have a wish list. I still have a want list for the shoes in particular, and I just did a lot of bad shopping in terms of shoes this year, and a lot of them made their way out of my closet during that closet clear out, and I'm still on the hunt. I'm looking for my perfect like black pump. I feel like that's going to cure a lot of my getting dressed up woes. And then certain shoes like this, just unrelated to high heels, but my little, I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Why did I do this? It's a cool shoe, but it was a very expensive shoe. This is a Totem little flat here. And though I look at it and I'm like, that's nice, I feel like I just had one of those self-sabotaging style crisis moments where I was just shopping in a panic for absolutely no reason. And there was no reason that I needed to spend the money that I did on these shoes. And they've not been worn since, obviously, because I look crazy when I put them on. It's just not the style for me. And I actually went back and looked at that vlog because I was like, surely maybe I can rekindle some love here, so I don't have to have just my money burning a hole into thin air. And I looked back at the vlog clip and I was like, no, that was a terrible outfit. It just didn't need to happen. We've come so far. We've come so far since then, and we've learned since then. So this is unfortunately adding to my worst purchases pile for the year. Thank you so much for bearing witness to that tragedy. I'm going to circle back to the little kitten heels moment, because I had a lot of fun with these actually over the summertime. And even though, like I said, I'm still on the hunt for my perfect like high heels, these shorter little kitten heels that really got me through the summer and all of the occasions this year were these bad boys right here. These 80 Aid heels, the perfect little short kitten heel, gorgeous, gorgeous cream. And what was funny is I actually went a little bit crazy. I went a little bit crazy with these little thong sandals, thong kitten heels, and wore them so much. And I feel like it was definitely a big trending item of the summer, or at least the last couple of years we've been seeing so much more of these. But I really realized the power that it can hold for your summer wardrobe specifically. These for the winter time, not so much. This was very much like a spring summer item for me, which is why I wore it everywhere and packed them everywhere. And I actually ended up wearing these cream ones way more than I thought. I thought that I was going to wear these black ones so much more. I bought these Tony Bianco ones. Did I pick them up while I was in Australia? I think it was these in the flats. I had a big year with Tony Bianco and Steve Madden, just buying these like not designer but still beautiful quality leather items. I've been having just so much fun doing some shopping on the high street, as they say. But I really thought that I'd be living in the black ones, and I didn't. I actually wore my cream ones so much more. So I'm happy to have my neutrals covered, and I think they're beautiful and they're super comfortable. I can wear them for hours and hours and hours, which is amazing. I want like this vibe, this like wearable, perfect, goes with everything vibe for some higher heels as well. And then I feel like I'd be covered for any of these fun occasions and weddings and events and things that pop up. I want to talk about another best purchase, and this was this was a purchase that I had been thinking about for a long time, and I had actually originally ordered them full price on Forward, and then they didn't fit. I had, what actually size? Yeah, I think I had ordered a 37.5 on Forward, and it was the only size that they had. Paid for them full price. I really wanted them. I did think about it for a while. I returned them. I was so sad. I was like, no, and then they didn't have my size, and then I was obviously like scouring the internet for the half size lower. Ended up seeing them on my Teresa on sale. Hell yeah. So I got these gorgeous, look at the snake print. Oh my God, these Kate heels like on sale. Are you kidding me? And I know this is an older style, but I don't care. They're practically a neutral, gorgeous. I wore these to New York Fashion Week, and I felt one of the more fabulous moments that I have felt in my life. And I felt really, really fabulous, and just had like a plain black outfit on and then put these on. And I feel like they were just that final piece of perfection added. And unfortunately, they don't look the greatest with like a pair of jeans. I do feel like I prefer a pointed toe on me, but like with skirts, because I wear so many maxi skirts and like long dresses, this is just the perfect shoe to dress that up. They are so fun. And I had said at the start of the year that I was still wanting to add more animal print into my wardrobe, and I did, and I got these, and I just love them so much. I just love a good sale find when you have an eye on like a particular designer piece, and if you can find it either secondhand, find it on sale, or find a dupe, like hell yeah. I was so happy to have gotten these on sale. Absolutely thrilled and they are gorgeous. The quality is insane. And speaking of that gorgeous animal print, obviously I got the same in my Tony Bianco boots. Oh, they're perfect. Added them to my wardrobe this fall. So comfy. That nice shorter kitten heel, which just makes it so comfortable for everything. And I've been wearing these dressed up. I've been wearing these under my baggy jeans too. They're so good. And I feel like it's just added a fun pop of texture and interest to my outfits where I would have just otherwise been wearing my plain black boots. And they're just, oh, I love them so much. Here's another item that's on my wish list. I know I have the heels. I've got the tall boots. I kind of want a pair of animal print, whatever that may be, whether it's the same print or a different variation of an ankle boot. That's what I'm wanting. I have my brown and I have black, and I want to have like a fun something ankle boot. I mean, Kate has them and they're so good, but I refuse unless I can find them secondhand or on sale. But that's something that's on my clothing wish list, on my shoe wish list as well. Like the black pointy toe, perfect high heel pumps and a fun little something in an ankle boot. And I feel like that would just, yeah. Now moving on, I need to talk to you about these secondhand purchases, these vintage purchases, and just like I had done quite a bit of shopping on Vestiaire and the RealReal, and I got some amazing finds that I'm thrilled about and some not so great finds. And I think, again, I talked about this in my closet clear out video, but going forward, I need to not shop for the sake of creating content, and I'm only allowed to do these things if I see like some magical piece that sparks so much joy and fabulousness in me that I simply can't live or breathe without it. But otherwise, I just need to be banned. Just no more aimlessly scrolling and buying things for a what if, because so many of the items that I ended up buying, I wasn't able to return, which was so annoying. And even if it came and it didn't fit properly, like this piece that I'm about to show you, or if the style just didn't end up working out, like it just needs to stop. It just basically like a no buy. When it comes to secondhand shopping, unless I'm really hunting for a specific piece, it needs to sit on my wish list for a while. I need to practice a little bit of yearning and stop acting on this like instant gratification impulse. So I have unfortunately quite a few of these secondhand gorgeous vintage finds that didn't end up working out for me. One being this little silky pair of shorts. So cute. Honestly, they're a pair of vintage Dior silk shorts. And when I saw them on Vestiaire, I was like, shut up. I thought they were so cute and I was so excited. And I've kind of been talking about kind of dressing up, wanting to focus more on my dressing up attire and being a little bit cute. And then I got them and they just didn't fit great. They didn't fit me the way I thought. If I want to make them work for me, I'm going to have to get them tailored. But also the color just was a little bit, I don't know, I have to play with this. I think even this with like a big cream chunky sweater, so cute. Then maybe with black tights and these said black pumps that I'm on the hunt for. But like it's a piece that I added to my wardrobe that's going to require me buying other pieces in my wardrobe, which isn't great. That's like anti Alison Bornstein clothing practice. So I could have just done without and I wasn't able to return these, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to either try and make them work. Otherwise, these are going to have to be passed on, which is just, it's just not ideal. I could have just not tried to force this style upon me. I feel like I've been doing a lot of that where I've been playing a lot and having a lot of fun with dressing this year. And I've been a little bit more adventurous and trying out some different styles, but I also don't need to force a style to work for me if I don't ultimately feel comfortable in it. You know what I mean? Because we've been having fun. Like this look in particular from New York Fashion Week, like loved that so much, felt fabulous, felt so comfortable. My knees were not exposed, even though we've been practicing a little bit more with that, but like this, it doesn't match that same vibe. I don't know. I don't need to force it. We don't need to force it. We don't need to try and dress for the styles that we are not. Now, real quick, a secondhand piece that was just an absolute treasure find. It's so funny. I also mentioned this in my closet clear out, and I feel like it's a polarizing object, but this was one that I certainly wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking for a light blue leather jacket. But I was just scrolling on jackets and looking to add some more fun and color to my life. And I saw this and I was like, what a gorgeous piece. What a treasure. And I was actually originally going to see if I could get it cropped, but I realized that I can't because the pockets, like that would just be an entire restructure, which wouldn't work. But I just love her. And I don't even know when I'm going to wear this or what for or how, but I just knew it had to be mine. And those are one of those pieces when it comes to vintage shopping that I was like, I don't regret you. I'm adding this to my best list. This is so great. And I love it. And moving right along, another secondhand piece that I bought that I thought that I would be so excited by was this gorgeous little Tory Burch plaid number. Really fun. It kind of reminds me of like a kimono or like a bathrobe, and it has a little tie, which is fine, but ultimately this was another piece that I had bought to do a haul, not because I necessarily needed or wanted it. Like even when I have some beautiful trench coats. I have my gorgeous Cezanne coats, the Clyde trench coat that I love so much, and I think I just prefer that style, and ultimately I prefer a jacket that has a collar collar. I feel a little bit weird, and it makes me look a little bit more wide and broad every time I put this on. And it's just, I haven't worn it. I didn't wear it all fall long. I barely wore it in the spring. It's just been another piece that's been sitting and collecting dust, and it just didn't need to be. It didn't need to be. I'm just going to toss in another best purchase here, okay? My final jacket that I want to mention. And over the last few months, I've been talking a lot about my fabulous series and wanting to be more fabulous and wanting to hone in more on my personal style, but still have a lot of fun with it. And like I've said, there's been a few fun pieces that I've been wanting to add to my otherwise very neutral and very classic plain wardrobe, which I'm very comfortable in. But there's just a part of me that also wants to have more fun and be a little bit more fabulous and add some more feminine fun to my closet, I guess. And that especially is true for going out outfits. Like, I could spend my entire life, like, this whole idea of what are we wearing out for girls' nights out in our 30s? What are we wearing out? What are we wearing to feel more fabulous? And I just had one of those kind of like fuck it moments where I was like, I just need to try the most fabulous fun thing that I possibly could. And I ended up absolutely loving it. If you guys saw the pictures on my Instagram, we had a little night of taking some photos in this jacket, and I'm already planning on wearing this for my next girls' night out, and I can't wait because I put it on and I felt like a new creature came out of me. Like, it was my alter ego dressed, but in the best way. And it's this sweet jacket. Oh my god, I got this off Revolve. It's from a brand called Boobish, and it's this beautiful soft pink fluffy feather jacket. Like, are you kidding me? It's so fun, and I feel like the color is actually really perfect. It's kind of that, it's one that I could wear that would look good if I'm pale or if I have a tan. It's one of those beautiful in between softer shades, and I've just never worn such a thing. I've never worn anything like it. I actually there was two sizes. There was this extra small, which is the size I got, and then there was medium large, and I'm like, I kind of wish I got the medium large, but I also like that it's cropped, but I feel like I could have gone a bigger size, which is my only regrets. This is like a half regret, and then it was all sold out and I couldn't even exchange it, and I'm like, Anyway, I love her, and I feel like this just unlocked this new version of me that I'm very excited to play in and have a little bit more fun with, and this is going to be kind of on my rebranding train for 2026. Oh, but I just loved it so much, and I had so much fun, and honestly, I've never gotten so many positive comments and feedback on a set of photos that I've ever posted on Instagram, ever. So clearly you guys liked it too. So I feel like we can have a little bit more fun. I'm down to like embrace my chic, classic, casual vibe, but also like I want to explore and have a little bit more fun with my clothing too, because life is short. And I already said this before, but I just feel like when I'm 95 years old and I'm on my way out, I'm not going to look back at my life and be like, I wish I was a little less fabulous. Like, no, I feel like we can all have a little bit more fun and be a little bit more playful with our wardrobe, and what the hell? Why not? Now, just really quickly, I have to mention another worst purchase because, oh my god, speaking of trying to be more playful and then being too playful, I don't know what was going on in my brain. This is very much in line with the Totem shoes. I feel it's that similar kind of vibe. But why? Can someone please tell me why I spent so much money on these shorts? It's from the brand Siedres, which is absolutely not an affordable brand by any means. I bought these off of Forward and Revolve, and I was thinking, again, I was on a hunt. I was looking for shorts. I wanted to add more fun shorts into my life. I think I actually bought these when I was planning my outfits for New York Fashion Week, which sent me on a whole other spiral of like identity crisis and closet and clothing crisis. I'm not a fashion girly, okay? I love clothing, but I'm not like a fashion girly. You know, I went to New York Fashion Week twice this year. It made me question my sanity a lot. I was like, what am I doing? Who am I kidding? But yeah, I was wanting to have some fun with these, but these are just some little clown circus bubble shorts, unreturnable, and I look crazy in them. This is absolutely a worst purchase. I don't know why I thought this would be a cute idea, but the bubble shorts were kind of everywhere. Actually, my girlfriend Mel had these really cute brown striped bubble shorts, and she was wearing them the one day we went out, and I was like, oh, Mel, your shorts are so cute. And it's a style that I really, again, wanted to force to make work for me, and it just didn't. Like, it looks so cute and good on some people. Not me. It was not. No, what a regret. Oh my god. I actually can't believe they're still in my closet. They need to go. They need to be burned. I don't know. Don't know who these would look good on, but it's not me. I could send them to a Renaissance fair, actually. Now, it wouldn't be a best purchases video if I didn't mention my elastic pants. I don't even know what else to call these, the elastic waistband pants, but just pants in general. I felt like another style that I've been forcing on myself always, and I still do, and it's a style that I do intend making work for me, and those are just trousers, like classic tailored trousers. I buy so many of them. I have so many of them in my wardrobe, and I never wear them, and I don't know why this style of pant was a style that I'd never considered in my life previously, but it's so good. It's kind of marrying that really beautiful, chic, put together vibe with the comfort of like sweatpants, and just I feel so fabulous every single time I wear these. I have this pair from Lisette, and then I have a black pair from Enza Costa from Revolve. Oh my god, and the amount of times that I have worn these, they're just, it's so perfect. I feel like they look so fabulous. It's so fun. These with my little thong sandals, like it's the perfect go-to outfit, and I felt like it really allowed me to feel much more fabulous and put together while just being so cozy at the same time, and never having to like itch and worry about my outfit or worry about how it looked, just having like these chic little shiny pants. And yeah, that just opened up a whole new area of like outfits and wardrobe possibilities for me, and they're so good, and they're everywhere. You can find these in every single color, under every single price point. All the girlies who've been screaming about elastic pants have been so right, and I don't know what took me so long to add these to my wardrobe. Now, it doesn't seem fair to just call this shirt out because there's actually nothing inherently wrong with this shirt, but I'm just adding it to my worst pile because it's just all these moments. I don't know why I allow myself to keep doing this, but there's often times where I just have these crippling moments of self-esteem crash outs, wardrobe crisis, outfit crisis, identity crisis, you know, whatever you want to call it. But there are times where I just feel unprepared for an event or a gathering or something, a brand trip, what have you. And then I spiral and I try and do some last minute shopping, and I end up buying things that I regret or that I just didn't need to add to my closet. So this is one of them. This is a gorgeous little silk and linen shirt from Guest in Residence. Yes, I bought this in the store in New York, and there are a few pieces that I have from Guest in Residence. Actually, let me just grab that really quick. I actually totally could have added this to my best pile, so here we go. I don't remember if I got it. Was it this? It must have been this year. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do a best because look at this color. Guest in Residence little knit top, so perfect. The brown is amazing. I love her so much. It's so good. And so I had told myself, oh, well, I'll go and add more versions of this, more fun, colorful versions of this into my closet. So I went and bought this, and you know, like, look at it next to my face. It makes me look ill. It's actually probably pretty close to the shade of, why did I buy? I spent so much money on this thing. It just because I was in a panic, because I was in a wardrobe panic. I was like, let me go and buy things that I don't need. I had one at home. This was perfect. I didn't need another one. This is the issue. I just need to stop buying that I don't need and that I'm not ending up wearing. It's never been worn. It's been sitting in my wardrobe ever since. Another piece that's collecting dust, and I don't think that it's a good color for me, and so I don't think that it's something that I'm going to be wearing. And I didn't need to buy more. It's this. I need to divorce this mindset of more is more, less is less. Actually, stick to what you know if you want to be cool. Now, I'd like to end this video on a positive note and just mention kind of a random little best purchase for me this year, and that would be slips. First of all, I discovered the brand Doen this year and had some fabulous purchases. I bought a tank top that was gorgeous, wore all summer long, and also a black dress that I also wore all summer long. Perfect, beautiful staples to my wardrobe. But I don't think I've actually ever mentioned the fact that I bought these slips, and they have proven to come in handy many times for me already this year. I bought the skirt version, and I also bought the dress version. I actually bought two different versions of this. I've only actually worn the V-neck because, I don't know, that's just what's worked. But why have I never had slips? For someone who loves to wear a lot of sheer things and a lot of sheer dresses, and one of my favorite purchases ever, you know, like my flowery summer dress, I always just end up wearing nude underwear, and I'm like, why don't I have a slip? Why did I never consider adding these to my wardrobe? I definitely didn't need to go like fancy with it and go the full Doen route, okay? I could have definitely found a more affordable option, but oh my god, no, it's like literally stained with my fake tan. I've already worn them so much. I feel like I've really underestimated the power of like underwear and the under things, and the power of a pair of tights, and the power of a slip, and like a good silky bra. Like, these are all things that I've kind of rediscovered in my life this year. Like, having slips, it just really sends me into my old Mormon life. And I'm like, I'm basically wearing garments. Okay, this was like a staple for me growing up for our Sunday dressing. We were just living in slips, and it's just something that I never had in my adult life. But here we are. If you too struggle with underwear and what to wear under things, and you love to wear a lot of skirts and whatnot, like get a slip. Oh my gosh, I think next on my list will be getting like a nice black slip. I think that would be very helpful. And Doan had some really beautiful ones. So I just thought I would mention that was a big best purchase of mine this year that I don't think I've mentioned on my YouTube channel. So yes, with that, my darlings, that completes my best and worst purchases from the year. A few very strong regrets and also some magical treasures that I've added to my closet over this last year. So would love to hear from you. Do you have any favorite purchases that you made this year? Do you have any favorite releases also from this year? Did you let go of any old things that you've been holding on to in your closet? Please tell me I'm not alone. And I hope that you enjoyed my little roundup. So thank you so much for being here and for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a new video. Bye!